Back like I never left. UFC 289 Nunes versus Aldana. And I am so disappointed in Aldana. Irene Aldana. She's gonna be kicking herself. I mean, at one point I thought, is she being paid or something? What's she doing? She going like she's just like there to be a punching bag or something? Like this is some like baby sparring thing. What on earth? Was it the bright lights? Was it like what on earth happened? Amanda Nunes went the whole 5 rounds and technically should have finished her when she knew after the third round that look, this woman is not doing anything. What? Like, okay, let me just take her down, submit her. Oh, ground and pound. She was getting her down and really not doing much, and sometimes even just taking her down and then letting her get straight back up. It was an interesting one. The double champ, the quote unquote GOAT. She's definitely had a good run. She's done her thing, two-division champion. Featherweight is going to be taken off the books of the UFC. Not enough talent there. It was quite a strange division to begin with. Um, Congratulations to Miss Nunes, who's gonna, do her thing. Yeah, very strange. The card itself wasn't the best at all. I mean, it was good for the Canadian fans, obviously, to have that experience again, but they didn't put it wasn't a stacked card per se. But yeah, main event, 5 rounds. Amanda should have not allowed that to go to the full distance. She should have took her out. But she got a victory, walked away, retired, and let's see what it do now with that division. Now the reigning, defending champion has relinquished the thing. Lioness. Uh I think we're going to see a bit of movement with that bout for a bit until it settles down and some more contenders can come in. But yeah, interesting. I think they should maybe, if they're going to get rid of the featherweight, obviously, heavier weights, maybe what they want to start doing is looking at some atom weight divisions and stuff. Some talent there. So let's open it up more for the women and stuff. Charles Oliveira, who everyone was writing off and saying Benil Dariush was going to do the thing. Oh, no, no, no. Charles come out and he did his bloody thing. First round. The head kick, he tried it, was it 3 times? Third time is the charm, or was it the second time? I don't know. But he did that same punch, was it across and then the head kick straight after? And that spelled the demise of Benil Dariush, who's, on a tremendous fight winning streak, really deserving, nice guy, as everyone says. Poor guy, man. But they're bronx. Don't forget it, man. Do not forget it. He did the thing, man. Congratulations. And Dana White, the president, said, yeah, yeah, after that performance, I definitely want to see the rematch. So let's get it done, man. Let's get it done. Let's get it done quickly before the end of the year. Maybe September or something like that, you can do something. But yeah, we want to see it, man. The world wants to see it. Let's just get it done. UFC, Mike Malott, who is the Canadian Michael Chandler. They have a similar look. Yeah. Look at it right now. Look at Michael Chandler and the way they speak as well. Very similar tones and the way they phrase their words together and stuff. Interesting. Second round. He did the thing. Featherweights. Danny Ige, Nate Landwehr. Nate didn't have a good performance. He wasn't fighting as intelligently as he should. Third round, he really turned it on a lot more. Danny Ige did his thing, man. He got bust up as well. But yeah, he got the decision. Unanimous decision. Winner. As I say, pretty weak card, man. A pretty weak card. Um, Eric Anders. See, some of these, I didn't even watch some of these fights. I yeah, couldn't continue because of the multiple headbutts or something like that, and groin shots was it in there? And that was an interesting fight, man. I think they should run that one back again, man. And Curtis was trying his best to try and, continue, but he's got blood coming into his eye and all this kind of stuff. It was quite dramatic. Unfortunately, yeah, terrible way. So they're only going to get their show money, which is ridiculous and a stupid model. We know this. Miranda Maverick, I think people didn't have good performances, or was it that Jasmine, J whatever her last name is, I won't even try and pronounce that one. Was she just too good? She used her length and she was going for it, man. Not technically the best, the way she was charging forward with her. Not she necessarily high up in the air, but didn't necessarily have it tucked either. But she did enough, man. She was grimy, she was gritty. I expected Miranda Maverick to do a lot more. But yeah, new blood. I don't think I've even seen this young lady fight before. What else did we see? What else did we see? Did we watch any of the early pre? Yeah, yeah. Poor, poor. I'm gonna give this card. What do we give this card? Let's do the old scores. We give this card a pitiful 3.5. It was just terrible. Absolutely terrible card. And they expect people to pay for this? UFC 289, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Even the hardcores, was it worth paying additional monies to view this mixed martial arts contest under UFC promotion? We're not talking $20, you know. It's a considerable amount of money, man. You gotta give us more than that. That's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Interesting times we're in, man. Very interesting times. But to encapsulate this all, so I've scored that. We also had outside of Nunes retiring, so we had PFL, which I'm not watching because it's on DAZN, and again we're talking about another subscription. And I'm not really necessarily a boxing fan like that. So I will not be watching PFL. But anyway, we had a retirement Marlon Moraes, who has made a dramatic decline in regards to his fighting. His peak, when he was at his peak, he was a killer, man. He was a quote unquote killer. Um, Knee slash head kick KO of the current champ, Aljamain Sterling, who we interviewed pretty shortly after that devastating KO. And we've seen the trajectory and rise for Aljo, and we've seen the opposite for Mr. Moraes. When he was good, he was good. When father time, quote unquote, and those war. Actually, you know what it was? It was after that Henry fight. That's what really did him in. And he was winning that Henry fight with those leg kicks and stuff. Was it the first and second round, maybe? He looked real good. It was a turning point in his career, but he's now hung up the gloves within the PFL, which was formerly the World Series of Fighting. So that was sort of a fitting way. And it wasn't so much of a sad retirement. He was pretty joyful. Yeah, all the best to Nunes and to Marlon Moraes. And staying in Brazil again, all the Brazilians, I'm sure. Yeah. Bigfoot, Anthony Sylvia, he lost another bout. I can't, was it? I'm sure it was MMA, and he's now finally calling it a day as well. So we did comment and say, look, it's definitely time. It's time. You can't be putting your body through this and your mind through this, your brain. um, through this kind of grueling punishments and being knocked out. I think was it 11? 11 losses? Yeah. So he's still got his health, clearly, and Chesley won't deteriorate too much based upon all the punishments and all of the grueling wars that he went through, Mark Hunt, etc., etc. Um, he's not going to ride off in the sunset like Amanda Nunes, who's made a lot of money. Marlon Moraes, I'm pretty sure, made a decent amount of money, but nowhere near, I would imagine, than Amanda Nunes. And then Anthony Sylvia, who is definitely in the early days, he would have been very much heavily recompensed, like the Pride days, etc., when he first came over to UFC. Well, more the Pride days, but yeah, trustfully he's got some dough he can, sit back on and do the thing, and he can parlay his name into other bits and pieces, maybe a gym, etc. But yeah, congratulations! Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Au revoir.